an American instant pot roast beef.
Y'all better get y'all mamas away from the kitchen when you making this one, because you won't want to slap your
Is that
mama.
mash?
This instant pot roast, garlic mashed potatoes, garlic green beans.
I've never seen mashed potatoes so white in my life. Why and how is the mashed potato so white?
And honey butter cornbread. Hey, it's so good. We're
So
going to get
good.
started with this pot roast, and I have a 2-pound chuck roast right here. A lot
Man,
of
that's
fat
massive.
on it is what you're gonna want.
That's massive.
I have 2 stalks of fresh celery,
Okay.
as well as about 6 carrots. They're a little bit on the small side. I also as well as about 6 carrots. They're a little bit on the small side.
What do you mean on the small side? How big are big carrots? They're massive.
I also have 4 medium-sized rustic potatoes, but any potato of your choice would work.
Wait, chat. I thought when potatoes start doing this thing, that's them going moldy. Is that not going moldy? I thought when they do this, you gotta chuck them away. Nah. Oh, that's just them growing? Oh. I may have thrown away loads of good potatoes then. I thought that's moldy. Oh. Oh.
Also going to be using 2 teaspoons of minced garlic,
Okay.
1 red onion,
Okay.
2 tablespoons of butter,
Right.
and a little over a 1/4 cup of dry red wine. Now let's start seasoning that meat. I'm using a teaspoon of
Try to make us
Lowry's,
drunk.
a teaspoon of beef Maggi, a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder, as well as a teaspoon and a half of onion powder, a teaspoon of dry
that's so
thyme,
pretty.
a teaspoon of garlic pepper seasoning. This is a pre-mixed blend, and I'm gonna
Yo, I love her when she starts putting seasoning down, because I just never see so many seasoning be put into one bowl. Like, she's just boom, 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 just keeps going.
stir this together. I'm also going to
just
go
salt
in
and
with
pepper.
half a teaspoon of dry rosemary. Now add some olive oil to your chuck roast and
Okay,
rub
rub
that
it.
baby down, okay? And then we gonna season all sides, all right? Don't just be seasoning the top, all
Okay.
right? Patting it in and then flipping it over and seasoning the bottom. No, honey, we got to do more than that, all right? We got to get up in there and we got to season the cracks and we got to season the corners. You see how I'm opening that little fat pocket?
What?
Shake it on in, okay?
Oh, yo, bro, I understand why your food. Yeah, that looks kind of wrong. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, let me get that finger around there. Yo, but I see why your food tastes better. Like, you actually, like, do you guys do this? Do you season the cracks and all sorts? You season everything.
And we got to season the corners. You see how I'm opening that little fat pocket? Shake it on in, okay? Seasoning can get up in there, all right?
Oh my God.
You gonna see me flip it and turn it to the side? Yep, the sides need flavor. We eat that part, okay? And then I'm also gonna make sure that I'm seasoning the fat cap. Now the fat cap, the best
What's
part,
that?
because that's the part where the flavor lies, okay?
See, everybody in America tells me the fat part is the best part. I refuse to believe it, bro. I refuse. Every fat part of the meat I've had is disgusting. But then again, that's UK meat. I don't get it. I don't understand how the fat is the best part. The fat is chewy and don't taste of anything. It's because it's UK meat, bro. It's because it's UK. We ain't doing the fat right. We ain't doing the fat right.
Okay, so get it up in there.
I chop
now
off
for these
every fat
potatoes,
part.
since I'm using a rustic potato, I am going to peel them. But if you're using the thin skin potatoes, this is not necessary. I'm going to cut off any bad parts.
Okay.
And then I am going to cut them into large-ish pieces. I'm cutting them into like halves and thirds, but you could also...
Mate, that potato is so white. I'm pretty sure our potatoes have a bit more like creamy look to them. They're white.
Also do fourths. It really depends on like how much space you have in your Instant Pot because they have to be small enough to fit into the packet. And you'll see what I mean in the upcoming
I don't know if
clip
we
when I
have
put them in the
receipts.
foil packet. Now for these carrots, I'm actually only going to cut the largest ones. You can peel them if you would like. I didn't peel all of them, but those I'm actually going to leave whole. They're a good size already.
Okay.
However, the other ones I'm going to take and then I'm going to cut them in just like some halves.
Thank you,
That's
Ami.
good enough because they're going to be cooking for quite a while. So if you cut them too small, they're actually going to get mushy. I would prefer that you cook them and then you cut them into the size you want after they are cooked.
Good
Now
tip.
for my celery, I'm going to prep this.
Oh, I don't eat celery, but I can hear the crunch of the celery all day long. It's got such like a satisfying crunch to it.
By putting this into large chunks as well. This will essentially dissolve into the gravy because of how long it's going to be cooked. So there's really no reason to take the time to make this super small.
Okay, cool.
Now for my onion. All right. Now my onion as well, I am going to just put that into some large chunks, just like the celery.
Is that onion meant to be purple? Do we have purple onions? I know we got orange and we got... Oh, wait, we do have purple onions. Wait, we do have purple... Wait, never mind. Yeah, we got red and purple. Wait, yeah. Yeah, red and purple. Yeah, never mind. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. We do have purple onions.
It will basically dissolve under pressure, so there's really no need to make it super small. I actually found that if I make them really small, it actually kind of becomes gummy, so I do like keeping it large.
Okay.
I'm just going to go in and separate this, and our veggie prep is good. Now, I am going to wrap the carrots in some foil. This is going to keep it out of the gravy, but cooking. So just wrap it up tightly in a tight foil pack. I'm also going to do the same thing with the potatoes. However, the potatoes are really big. So you need to maneuver them in a way so that the pack is the right size to fit in your Instant Pot. As you can see, I'm kind of stacking them on top of each other. You're going to need to do that so that it can fit well into the Instant Pot. And I'm going to close that up as well. And of course, this is going in our mashed potatoes. So really, the potatoes will not be overcooked, even though we're going to cook it in the Instant Pot for a long time. Now, I'm going to put my Instant Pot on saute. And I'm going to stick a little bit of oil in there. This is just a little bit of olive.
This is actually something. I could make a slap your mama good Instant Pot roast beef. You guys got me an Instant Pot. An American recommended Instant Pot. So I could do this.
Of oil, and we're going to
I feel like I could as well.
Searing our meat.
And I do have a lot of seasoning on the way as well. A lot of Kent rolling seasoning. I might try this.
To get a great sear on your meat because you want to lock in those juices and just bloom the flavors and those spices. And hey, don't even worry about that little brown stuff on the bottom.
No, that
doesn't matter. That's all flavor. Now I brown mine for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. It really depends on how hot your saute function gets. But as you can see, I'm getting some good color and I'm also flipping it to the sides.
Oh
sides
man, that is
flavor
good.
Too. Okay, so flip them good. Guys, if y'all think I'm doing a good job, please go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe and let me know your favorite way to make your chuck roast. Now I'm gonna go in with some butter and my celery and my onions, and I'm using my spoon to carefully scrape up that fondant that is at the bottom of my Instant Pot.
Oh, wait. This is what I need to learn. In my head, I won't put that in there because I would think the bottom is dirty. No. The bottom of that is not dirt. It's the leftover meat stuff. This extra flavor. I need to learn that, bro. I need to learn that. It's just extra flavor. It's not dirt.
Guys, this is total flavor. Don't be one of those people that goes and rinses their pot out. I don't know what.
She's gonna roast me. I'm not clicking play. I'm not clicking play. Now we're done here. She's gonna roast me, bro. She's talking to me now. She's lit.
Why people do that, but we need that flavor. Now to help deglaze the pan, I'm also going to put in about 2 teaspoons of that W sauce. Okay, y'all know don't nobody know how to say that right. Okay.
Hey, as somebody that lives in Worcestershire, it took me a while. I don't even know if I just said that right. I think I just said that right perfectly for the first time. It took me a while to say it. Because I moved here recently. And people were saying to me, how do I say it? And I was like, Worcestershire. Worcestershire. It's Worcestershire? 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 I don't know, bro. Just stick with the W, man. I live in the place. I don't even know.
And I'm going to use it to pop that fondant off. Now in goes my garlic, and I'm just going to lightly toast it. Y'all know garlic can burn, so don't even be cooking it longer than 1 minute, okay? Now goes in the red wine. This red wine adds so much flavor. Remember, this is a dry red wine. Please do not use a sweet red wine. It won't work for this recipe. Okay. Now I'm putting in a little trivet that came with my Instant Pot, and I'm going to.
She's cooking. She's got a device to put the meat on the salad, bro. She's got a device. In my head, that's cross-contamination. The meat's gonna be.
Do this whole sort of stacking operation. Okay, so first the trivet, then the roast beef. Oh my God, the potatoes.
She's stacking everything.
As you can see, this is why I need to make sure the potatoes weren't too high. You see, they're not going over the lip now. Perfect. And then I'm gonna put my carrots right on top. And I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of beef broth. You could add more, but I find that you don't need too much because I really want that flavor to be concentrated. I am going to pressure cook this for about 20 minutes a pound and then do a natural pressure release. So this is 2 pounds.
What does that mean?
So I'm going to do about 40 minutes. Now, if you want that falling off the bone, tender chuck roast, then I suggest you go about 25 minutes a pound. Okay. Now,
I want that falling off the bone.
These are my green beans. They've already been cleaned, and I'm just adding them to some boiling water and just.
Oh yeah, everybody was screaming at me when I made my BLT video with the lettuce. I didn't clean it. I just want to say that I pre-cleaned it. I'm definitely not lying. Chat. Yeah, I need to get into my head as well that I need to clean the stuff. I didn't know you had to clean it. I didn't know. Nobody told me that. Nobody told me that. No, but literally not one person said to me, clean it. Not one person. Not one person.
Quickly cooking them for about 3 minutes, adding a little butter, a little salt, a little pepper, a little garlic,
did?
You know, keeping it simple but delicious. All right.
Yeah, but I had chat turned off when I was doing it. She told me before.
And our green beans are done. They're just lightly cooked. And now that my Instant Pot has natural pressure release for 25 minutes, I'm just going to, knock it open and let it go the rest of the way.
What was that?
And voila, guys. Okay, let's see what treasures we have in here. Now, first, I'm going to take out my veggies, and I'm going to place them to the side. Next, we have our beautiful pot roast, and I'm going to actually cut this up on the side. Now, we're going to go in and we're going to...
I want to drink that. I want to drink that. I want to drink that. Chat, is it wrong for me to say this? Instead of... I know how she lays it out, right? She's going to lay it out like piece by piece. I would rather dice up the beef that she's just brought out and put it in that and then have it like a stew. Is that crazy? From looking at that right now, I would love that. Dice up the beef, chop it all up, chuck it all in there, stew it up. Oh man. Oh.
Put a little work on this gravy, okay? I'm going to add in a teaspoon of beef bouillon powder as well as a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I'm just going to salt and pepper to taste. And this
I know salt and pepper.
This is 2 teaspoons of cornstarch that I have mixed with water.
I don't know what
and that's going to thicken up my gravy. Now, I did not go heavy with the salt in the beginning of this recipe on purpose because I like to reduce my gravy on the saute function for a while. And if you add too much salt,
she's adding to it.
Just really spoils the roast beef, in my opinion. It makes it way too salty, so you can always adjust
she's adding to
here.
it. She is.
Now I'm adding in that delicious chopped up roast beef. As I said,
I thought she was going to lay it piece by piece. She is adding it. Oh, man.
and it's tender, but it's not falling apart. And if you like it more tender, just cook it a little bit longer in the Instant Pot. Now, I know all of you guys want to know what's going on in these packets. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I like to be honest in these videos. I totally forgot carrots was on the menu. And I ain't going to lie. I don't really care. I'm being straight up honest. I'm looking at that beef. I'm looking at the onions in there. I'm not bothered about the carrots. I'm not really bothered.
So if you look inside, you will see our carrots are definitely cooked, but they are not mushy. If you had cooked them with the beef, they definitely would be mushy. They got the skin on. That's interesting. But they still have some texture to them.
I've never had carrots with skin on.
Now these potatoes are nice and cooked, and they are soft as well. And we're going to begin to prep them for these garlic mashed potatoes. So I'm going to take them piping hot out of the packet with some tongs because your girl don't want to burn herself. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not a crazy fan of carrots.
And I'm going to start working on these taters. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to start pounding them with my spoon. Really, I should have had my potato masher, but y'all, I couldn't find it.
Wait, your potatoes are... Wait, your potatoes are that soft, you're literally going to mash them with a spoon? They're that soft, you're going to mash them with a spoon? How have you got them that soft?
I couldn't find it. Okay, it was trying to hide from me now. So I had to go in and, get a little arm worked out. Okay, work that thing. All right, with the spoon. And then I went in with some heavy cream and a little bit of sour cream.
And I'm going to be a bit lumpy though, or not?
I'm going to go in with salt and pepper. Now, really, for these tots, you just got to work it, add a little bit here, add a little bit there until you get the flavor that you want. Okay, so you're going to see me go in with some whole milk, some more sour cream, and I'm just going to work that flavor. Now, I know you guys are wondering how we're going to get the roasted garlic flavor if we ain't roast no garlic. Now, I didn't have a whole hour or whatever to roast garlic, so I'm doing a little cheat here, and I am using roasted garlic better than bouillon to get that roasted garlic flavor. And I'm adding about 2 teaspoons of that, and y'all, it really does add a nice garlicky flavor. Okay, I didn't really believe it until I tried it. So give it a go. Of course, if you do want to roast your own garlic, then just take a bulb of garlic.
This might be the sloppiest mashed potato I've ever seen in my life, but I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Cut off the top and the bottom and wrap it in some foil with a little olive oil and roast it until it's tender.
She's blending
you can whiz
mash.
it in the food processor to make it smooth, and then I'm going to add in my carrots and give that a mix into this.
Oh my god, that beef looks so good. Yo, that beef looks so good. Like, what do I mean the sloppiest? I just mean like like the mashed potatoes got like all like the juice and like the liquid to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like mashed potato, when I have mashed potato, it's just a potato. It's just potato and mashed. We don't really not really in the UK, we don't really add we don't really make it kind of like sloppy, kind of liquidy.
Delicious gravy. Now, my honey butter cornbread recipe, I'll link that. That is already on my channel. Look at this delicious meal. Guys, I pray you enjoy this with your friends and family, and that you guys will remember that the love of God is the best and the most precious love.
Yo, that beef looks unbelievable. I still would prefer to chop everything up and just chuck it in the pot in all the juice and just stew it up. Stew it up. But that beef looks ridiculous, bro. So good.
of all.
So good.
I pray you enjoy this meal, and I thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, and with that mash, I would definitely try that mash. I don't know how that was taste because that's nothing like our mash. Our mash is a lot like that. That's like kind of like liquidy, kind of. Not fully liquidy, but like it's like you'd have to see our mash to like side by side. Really, you know what I'm on about.
Joining me today in Kamira's kitchen. Goodbye, guys.
Oh man, I'm so hungry now, bro. Every time. Guess what I'm gonna eat? Pot noodle. I'm a typical Brit. I ain't gonna be making no pot roast beef. Ain't got the ingredients. I might add some seasoning to the pot noodle. Some salt and pepper. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add some seasoning to the ramen. No, but good video.